We're going to be talking about 6 different things that teachers can consider over summer break to hopefully help your mental health and also prepare you for the next school year. Welcome to Brothers on the Board, the podcast where we become better teachers together. Summer is almost here, and we have some things that we would like to talk about when it comes to teachers and what teachers can do to prepare themselves for summer. Wes, we've almost made it to the end, man. We're this
We
close.
are right there on the edge. I'm so ready.
You know, it's on one hand, it's like it feels like this year's been forever, but at the same time, it's like feels quick, right? It feels like it went
This
pretty fast.
100% feels like the fastest year I've ever had. 100%.
Isn't it crazy how some years just drag on forever, and some just time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, when you're having a blast, when you're starting a podcast and sharing everything you enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's get into this big giant list here. It's 6 things. We're going to be talking about 6 different things that teachers can consider over summer break to hopefully help your mental health and also prepare you for the next school year. So, Wes, you're going to start us off. Hit us with number 1, preparation in general.
All right. So for number 1, before we even get into talking about what's going on in the summer and all those wonderful plans that I'm sure everyone has, getting to summer and getting prepared for the next year, right? Hopefully everyone who's listening is coming back to teaching in the fall. We want to see people stick to the profession. If you obviously have chosen not to, we really, really hope that you find, a calling, something that you really feel passionate about. But we, thinking about next year, I have found myself, this is year 7 for me, and I have found myself really struggling in the summer to plan for the following year. I'll always put stuff off, like, I'll get my supply lists ready for next year in the summer. I got 3 months to think about it. No big deal. And then all of a sudden it is like middle August, and I'm like, I don't know what the kids need. What, like, they need paper. I think pencils are a thing that schools,
people still use paper, right? They still use
pencils
paper.
are a thing that students use occasionally, maybe. And then my list ends up not having any of the stuff I need on it. So just getting those preparations ready for the following year, and this is something new that I'm trying this year. So I already sat down and I have made out a list of things that I need to make sure that the students have. Make sure that I've already got like my bulletin boards ready to go, like what I'm going to put up. So just making sure those preparations are going before you go into the break, right? I know we're burnout. I know that we are on the last stretch. Everyone has give it their all. But
that kind of slide into home plate.
But slide into home plate with a little bit of pizzazz this year, a little bit of energy, and try to get that next year off on the right foot. And I think that's going to really help me. And that's something that I think is very important and a mistake I have made many, many times.
There's a lot of us like me who will be moving to a different classroom. How many classrooms have you been in since you've been teaching?
I have been in 6.
6 different classrooms?
Yeah, I have moved.
In how many years?
6 years.
Every year?
Moved 6 years. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I have moved every single year.
I thought mine was bad. I'm close. I think mine may be 7, but I'm at like 10 years. Now, if you count the other 2 schools, I'm at like 9 or something like that in 12 years. But getting that prep work done can be a little difficult, especially when it's like you're not being told exactly where you're going. Like you're like, okay, I know I'm going to be moving rooms and all that, but you can still get curriculum ready, right? You can still kind of plan out kind of the first like little bit of your school year. So that actually is a really good segue into number 2, and this will be one that I think is extremely important that a lot of teachers need to really consider based on how well the school year went for you. Okay. restructuring or considering the physical makeup of your classroom. When you think back to this previous school year, how did things go throughout the year? What was annoying? What were the annoying things about your room? Where did kids walk constantly? What paths did they take? How easy were you able to circulate around the room? Where was your supplies throughout the day? Was it annoying having to go to the back of the room to get the papers for the kids or the art supplies for the kids? Where was the pencil sharpener? How many kids did everyone have to pass to get to that pencil sharpener? How many heads did they slap along the way? Right? These are all things I think that we can consider. Where's the trash can? Right? Is it next to the door? Is it next to your desk? Like, I think all these things are extremely important to just make your life go easier throughout the year. And I think that this is one of those things, especially for new teachers. If you were a first year teacher this past year, this is something that I would definitely really try to consider. And now that you've got a year under your belt, you can sort of look back and ask yourself, what were the annoying things about this year that I can correct by simply changing the physical makeup of my room? Is that something that you would? Will you be making physical changes to your? Are you moving again? That's another
No,
question.
actually, I'm staying in room 715. So
There you go. 715.
715.
Are you on the seventh
I'm
floor?
not. So it's by grade level.
That's
We
a
have
big
we got one
school.
floor, but it's 600, 700s, 800s for sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade.
Oh, okay.
So
Your school only has one
yeah, it's only
floor.
one floor. It's like super. It's three super long hallways. It's like super long. Like
It's like that those ranch style
yeah,
homes.
that's exactly what it is.
Yes, okay. Okay.
But yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going to be moving some things around. So I'm gonna like if I have any coworkers that listen to this, I'm just gonna go ahead and call myself out. So I am probably the world's worst for moving things around in my room constantly. I have no structure when it comes to the placement of items in my room. So it's like the trash can is the worst. So like they eat lunch in my room because I have the science tables. So everyone eats in my room. And
Like the teachers
the
or teachers?
teachers, my
Oh,
coworkers.
okay. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Got it.
So
Got it.
I have the
Okay.
big long tables, science tables, so everyone eats in there. And then every day when they leave, they're like, "Where is the trash can?" Because we're always doing like projects and stuff, and I'm like moving the trash can every day, and the trash can's all over
Yeah.
the place. I have two trash cans actually, and they're all over the place. Um,
Same.
so yeah, making sure that I have a trash can in the correct spot. A big one was my pencil sharpener this year. It broke, and I had to fix it, and then
Mm.
I had to put it next to my desk, my teacher desk, because I was like, I'm monitoring who sharpens their pencil and why did it break? Because someone stuck. Turns out, terrible idea. Do not put a pencil sharpener at your teacher desk. There was pencil shavings all over papers.
Mm,
There was just it was not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So a little tip there
got
for
you.
anyone who thinks that they should put their pencil sharpener on their teacher desk. Don't do it.
You trying to keep them from putting like screwdrivers in the electric pencil sharpener in the back or
Yeah,
something? It's
yeah. I fished out like a
like they just keep on messing everything up.
yeah, absolutely. And then my marker placement, my markers are all over the place. My box of markers is like a traveling box of markers.
Dude, next year I'm totally buying that tool belt. I found one, by
I'll
the
do it,
way. I will show it on here. I will discuss it on here. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do a really useful teacher item review,
and we'll
and
wear
this
it.
can be one of them. We're gonna wear it. It's gonna be a tool belt. I ain't even playing.
I'll,
This is to keep our wives from killing us when we come home with markers in our
shout out
pockets.
to that. Shout out
Um,
to the ink pen that just busted on top of my dryer.
oh
Yeah,
no! Yeah, see, like, dude, I'm so bad. I've got better.
I
I've
did
got
too.
better. I try to check my pockets,
I was
but
doing a
dude,
lot
I'm
better.
I'm still
I
bad,
was doing
dude.
a lot better, and
And
then we have this one setback, and I destroyed an entire thing of bed sheets. Just done.
well, at least it was bed sheets. I mean, those could be
Oh
expensive
yeah, we had
though.
to go buy a
All
new
right.
set. So
All right, I digress. Anyways, yes, restructuring your room definitely something that people need to consider as they move into their summer break and as they move into their next year. You know, honestly, we could do an entire episode over room
Mm-hmm.
arrangement. Maybe we'll have to do that in the future. Okay, Wes, you're going to hit us with number 3. Go ahead. Let's
All
have it.
right. So number 3 for me now. I've kind of thought of this like preparing for summer, and then like we're in summer. But
Yeah.
thinking about these last few days, um, how we're all excited, like we're all ready for this school year to be over. Most of us, we're all ready to have a break, but we got to remember that we have students that don't have the best experiences at home. Um,
Yes.
and we have to remember that, oftentimes, that the school setting is the safest space for students. And just remembering that they are not going to have that structure for 3 months in some occasions could um, not be a great thing. So just remembering when we are celebrating it, that we're being thoughtful of that, being thoughtful of how students are taking that, and just being very clear that we're still here, for those students. The
Yeah.
school system is still here for those students. I know my school does stuff for students over the summer.
Yeah. Same.
We have summer
Same.
program. I'll be working that this summer, so I will still be going. But just we have students that really need the school system, school setting, and just remembering that that is a thing, and we can celebrate still, we can be excited, but just how we're coming across, we don't want it to be like, hey, we're not going to have to deal with you for 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, don't have to see you.
Yes.
Bye.
You have to be empathetic to people's situations,
Yes, absolutely.
right?
Hmm.
And let students know that you loved having them, that you hope they grew, and that you look forward to seeing them next
Hmm.
year. Those kinds of things, I agree, are definitely
And
important.
celebrate,
All right.
celebrating the year, all the successes that you had. I will definitely be doing. I've been taking pictures all year of like
Yeah.
projects and stuff. We're gonna have a big slideshow. We're gonna be celebrating all the projects that my kids completed, all the masteries, all the standards they mastered. So
Oh, I meant to tell you, if you didn't watch last episode, we went over some activities that you could be doing right now with your students as we get towards the end of the year. And Wes, you brought up the graffiti one,
hmm
the carousel graffiti. I've been doing that actually. That's what I'm working on right now with my students tomorrow.
nice.
It's a little different. We're doing it in groups, not just on poster boards, but we are doing it. I'll have to show you some of the results of that. Um, so yeah, very cool. Check that episode out if you haven't already. And that kind of brings us into my next point. If you have not already, please consider going to whatever app that you're currently listening on, whether it's iTunes, Apple Podcast, whatever you want to call it, Spotify, or anything else, and hit that follow button, that beautiful little follow button. It would make such a big difference for us. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you. Please consider continuing to follow us. So yeah. All right. Moving on to number 4. This is going to be a big one. I think this is something that, especially again, new teachers really need to consider as they move through that first and through this summer. When I think back to my first year of teaching, summer break, that first summer was the absolute biggest kind of game changer for me, where I really had a chance to sit down and reflect and tell myself, like, hey, this year didn't go that well. To be honest, my first year did not go particularly well. And it gave me a chance to reflect and say, okay, what can I change? And it really made me see the importance of that first month, that first few weeks of school, and how important those first few weeks are. So I would say spend some time this summer saying, okay, how am I going to put procedures in place the first few weeks of school so that I set myself up for success through the rest of the year? I'm going to share something that I've been doing just recently with some group projects that I wish I had been doing all year. And it's something that I'm going to start doing next year. And like, we're not even worried about academics the first like couple weeks. It's all going to be procedures. And one of the things that I've been doing that I think is really cool, I read it on I think it was like a Facebook group, or I saw it on TikTok or something like that. But it's voice calibration. basically you put a sentence up on the board before you start working as groups, and you tell them, okay, we're going to be at a level 1, 2, 3, whatever it is that you're wanting, what level you're wanting them to be at. And then you have everyone in the class read that sentence on the board. And if they're too loud, you let them know, okay, no, that's a level 3. Let's try it again. And you keep doing it until you get them the volume you want. And you say, okay, that now we're calibrated. That's the volume we want. And then you continue on. So it's worked really good for me the last couple of times I've tried it. And I think it's a really good exercise to do, especially at the beginning of the year. You look excited.
Dude, you've been holding that one away from me. That's been in your back pocket.
Dude, I just saw it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, wow, I'm going to talk about that. That's brilliant.
I love that, because like typically like the kids aren't getting loud because like they want to be. I mean, like sometimes they're goofing off, right? But like for the most part, they don't realize what the expectation is. And we've talked about this before. And that's one good way to show them what that expectation is. I love that. That is awesome.
Yeah. When I read it, I was like, okay, I have to do this. So it's like, I had my kids the other day, and when you ask them to read something, they want you to know that they're participating, right? So the people in the back of the room are screaming it so you can hear it. So I wrote on the board something like, I will be doing this project at a level 2. I think it's what I wrote on the board. So in the back of the room, we have a couple kids. It's like, I will be doing this project at a level 2. And I'm like, no. Like, I shouldn't hear you say this. This group next to me, I should probably hear them. But you guys in the back, you should. The only people that should hear you say it are the people around you. If I hear you, you're too loud. So let's try it again. Then we do it again. Then they try to whisper. Right? I'm like, no. This is a normal speaking volume. Okay, let me do it. I'll do it. And let's try it again. Then they'll do it. And you say, okay, that's the volume that you are speaking at as we work on this project. It's really good for kind of making sure that students understand their voice control, because they struggle with that. So yeah, that one was really good. I thought that was fantastic.
And I have a feeling we're going to be doing a whole video over procedures at the beginning of the year. That's going to definitely be a thing. So come back and check us out. Another point.
Definitely. For sure. Okay. That was a big talking point, I guess I should say. I was losing my train of thought there. A big talking point. Definitely planning for that first month of school is extremely important. Thinking about how you're going to establish procedures, how you're going to make groups, how you're going to get those conversation levels established, so on and so forth. And that is going to take us into number 5. Wes, go ahead, hit me with it.
All right. So my number 5, my number 3, number 5 total. My number 2 was think about the students, think about how they're experiencing this, be empathetic to them. But you have worked extremely hard. All of these teachers have busted butt over the last few weeks, right? Trying to get everything in, trying to fit the curriculum in. It is a time crunch. It is a very stressful environment, and teachers work extremely hard. You deserve the summer break. You deserve time off to reset, rewind, and just get back to that zen for the next year, right? Because we have been juggling a million things, and we've been focused and on, and basically being performers for the last 6-7 months.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you have to give yourself permission to kind of let go a little bit and be okay with that, and really just try to remember why you are a teacher to begin with. Try to find yourself a little bit. Like, what is it? Why do you do this? Right? To really kind of reflect on that, because I think by the end of the year, sometimes depending on how the year went, we may feel a little defeated. We may struggle a little bit with our purpose. Like, hey, I feel like I didn't make as much progress as I wanted this year. Like, I think that happens a lot. And teachers need to realize that, hey, you know what? You gave it your all. You did the best you could. You reached as many kids as you could. You build relationships. You taught everything that you taught. You tried to do your absolute best. Now it's time to take the foot off the gas and reset and think about, really reflect on what you can do to improve, but also to pursue hobbies,
Hmm.
to have, live a little bit. I mean, let's be real. It's one of the perks of
Yeah,
teaching.
yep. And we are gonna live it up to the fullest we can this summer. So we're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna plan for next year, but we are also going to take some time for ourselves. We are going to relax. You know,
Yep.
family, enjoy time with your family, and just get ready for that next year.
Absolutely. Like, we, Wes and I, and our families, we're taking a cruise to Alaska. Looking forward to that. That's going to be, I'm going to eat so much. I can't wait. Like, I'm gonna put it away,
Oh,
dude.
me too.
I, I am going to put it away. So, yeah, doing things like that, if you can, just trying to find a way to relax. And it's pretty ironic that you say this because it brings me to the last one. And my last one is health and wealth. Health and wealth. Two things that I think teachers need to focus on in summer. So, if you're like me, you've put on a few pounds. All right, it happens. I just left Texas Roadhouse a few minutes ago. Got done crushing a cactus blossom. You know how many calories are in a cactus
Oh,
blossom?
yeah,
Infinite, infinite
infinite. It is
calories.
not. Yeah, it is not on the
It
menu.
is. It is no bueno, dude. Huge calories. Just left Texas Roadhouse. Put on a little bit of weight over the last few months, and now it's time for me to try to be a little more active this summer. Get out, start running, start getting in shape just a little bit. Um, so yeah, focusing on your health, I think, is extremely important over the summer because you want to be in a good spot when you go back to school. You want to feel good. You want you need to take care of yourself. That's a big thing. Make that doctor's appointment that you've been putting off. Just go do it, man. Like, I know you don't want to go. Just go do it. It's just blood pressure. It's go get the go. Just do it. Okay. Yeah, your cholesterol's running a little high. You know it is. Just go check it. It's fine. Just go to the doctor. Okay. I'm a hypochondriac. I understand. I get it. So put out, do those things that you've been dreading. Do those things you've been putting off. I think that's important. And also wealth. Get those finances in order, baby. Spend a little bit of time maybe looking at an extra side gig. And we will probably have an episode in the not so distant future about side gigs. It may be time to DoorDash a little bit. Just saying, it may be time hit up that summer program at school. It may be time to grab that little tutoring gig you've been spotting online.
Yeah, maybe do a
Um,
little painting. I did a little painting one summer.
yeah, you were painting one
Yeah,
summer.
I've done painting. I've
I
done
mean, I've always
DoorDash. I've done summer school. I've done a little bit of everything except for work at a card and hobby shop. That's the goal. That's like we're waiting for it.
that's where you're trying to get your foot in the
I'm
door,
working
getting
on it.
that. You're gonna be a Magic the Gathering guy over the summer and just talk about cards. Oh, that's
Absolutely,
the gig, dude.
100%.
So yeah, getting those finances in order. Hey, here's your friendly reminder: that 12-month card transfer that you got, the interest is getting ready to start on you guys. You might want to go transfer it to a new card. I'm just saying. that Best Buy card, y'all.
It's
It's
coming.
get the interest is getting, that 12-month no interest, whatever promo you got, it's getting ready to start. Go get that now. Go fix it now. We all been there. Okay, I know how it is.
Brothers on the board giving financial advice. Whew.
Yeah, I'm here to help in any way I can. You know, that all those 30-day subscriptions that you signed up for with all those new emails. Yeah, you might want to go cancel those. They're getting ready to roll
Get
through
ready.
again. Just
Yeah,
letting you
yeah.
know. Don't stop putting it off.
Hey,
Just go
you
do it
got time.
now.
You
PayPal.
got time. Finally, if you don't want to do it, get in there and get that Planet Fitness subscription canceled because you have to go in person for that thing.
Dude, I've been putting off canceling the Y for like 6 months because they make you come in person to
Yeah.
do it. I would have canceled it literally. It's like $100 a month. Oh, well, it's like $600 because I just won't take my. This is why I don't use the gym. They know that I'm not going to cancel because I just don't go.
Oh, I'm guilty as well for that one, but
So yeah, taking care of your health, taking care of your wealth, taking care of your mental health, your well-being, extremely important over this summer. It's going to be a good few months, y'all. We are trying to come up with like what content that we want to share with you guys over summer. We want to do things about side gigs. We want to do things about room structure, about moving rooms. We want to do all these things that will hopefully be beneficial to you guys as we roll across summer. So make sure you stick with us. I understand that teaching in some cases the last thing you want to think about,
Mhm.
but we're trying to do what we can to hopefully be helpful and as entertaining as possible. So I think that will about do it for
Mhm.
us. A bit of a shorter episode, but it's all right. We've said our
Yeah.
piece. So we hope that you guys have a fantastic evening and you have arrived at wherever you're driving to. I know what you're doing. And we will see you next time on Brothers on the Board. Have a great week.